Let's get into it. I call this rated Inebriated. And here's my first review. Shazam.
Spirits from the other world.
Oh, some people try to downplay this whole rivalry of Marvel versus DC, and that's cool. I get that. Like, I like superhero movies, and I pay for both Marvel and DC. But this is the thing: they kind of got this market cornered. They got the whole market cornered. So how can we? We're capitalists, man. How can you tell us to not garner competition? We're gonna garner competition. So they have to live with this, man. Because I feel like DC is kind of rallying, Like for a point, you thought that like Marvel was just miles ahead of DC. That's not the case anymore. DC is promising good content with the Joker, with Harley Quinn's movie. They're promising good content. I don't know what they're gonna do about the Man of Steel thing, but they're promising good content and they're delivering good content. Aquaman was good, and Shazam, the movie I'm reviewing, Shazam was good. Shazam is a good movie. Oh, I'm reviewing it. I kind of gave it away too soon. Now, I guess I should get into Shazam a little bit. All right, so Shazam. Shazam was good. Like it made me realize just how attracted I am to making good or whatever. But it's a pretty good movie cuz in this movie they took their themes really seriously. Now, that's really risky sometimes. Sometimes going after a good theme can cost you your movie because you spend so much time trying to build that theme that that your movie didn't make sense. And that kind of didn't happen with this completely. It was a little they kind of did take some losses trying to go after their theme. And I don't want to get too nerdy. This is going to get a little film nerdy or whatever. But in the film industry, we talk about this thing called staging. Staging was a big problem in this movie, and staging is the primary goal of the director. It was times in this movie where you would get taken out of the scene because of staging. It's like, how in the hell is he here when 3 seconds ago he was there? And I know what you're thinking. Like, oh, they got superpowers, man. Like, chill. But no, it's not even all people with superpowers. They were constantly sacrificing the continuity of their script for staging. And they did it the whole damn movie. And it'll just get distracting sometimes. But the movie was charming. It was charming. Like, you really liked the people in this movie. You really didn't want anybody in this movie to experience any peril. I think overall it worked out like really well, but it kind of handicapped the story. I actually liked the villain. When I was looking at the trailers, I thought I wouldn't like the villain, but something very interesting happened in this one. The trailer actually hurt the movie. Some of the best jokes in the movie were in the trailer. So when I was in the movie and I'm like, oh, I remember this from the trailer, and they would deliver it just like it was in the trailer, it took away from it a little bit. But this is Hollywood. This is the era we're living in. You need trailers to sell a movie, and it wasn't fair. But overall, the script was cool because the theme was so fucking cool, man. It was a cool theme, especially for the foster kids out there. But, you know, still had a couple problems, structural wise, but it wasn't enough to hurt the movie. The acting is cool, The acting is cool. I like the cameos that they had in this joint. The dialogue was hilarious. It was time where I was laughing just because of the dialogue. I really like the film editing too. Great editing on this joint. It's really worth the purchase just for the editing because I really didn't like the action in this movie, but the editing that would deliver so much great comedy was kind of worth it. I don't have to talk about cinematography. I don't have to talk about music. I don't have to talk about sound. This is a DC movie. You know it's going to be top notch. Even though the special effects kind of left something to be desired. A little bit. I think. I think. I think. I mean, it was times. It was times where the special effects was so bad, but you rooting for the movie so bad. You're like, you know what? Fuck it. You know, you just you convince yourself that the special effects are good because you want the movie to be good so bad. It's like these special effects are shit, and you want to know what's amazing, right? So I put this review out, right? Being extra critical of Jordan Peele or whatever. Because while Jordan Peele is good, he's kind of a hack. So I hear this shit going around, right, of him being inspired to make a Gargoyles movie. You want to know where that came from? Shazam. Because he doesn't come up with anything on his fucking own. But it was from Shazam. And I was like, God damn, man, like these effects suck. Yet they were still strong enough to inspire somebody. So don't let that be. If effects is your thing, don't let that be the deterrent. Because there's still a lot of good stuff to take from this movie. For sure. Or get this movie. Damn, that's crazy. Because I recorded this with another movie. And I think that I gave that a B plus or some shit. I gotta listen to it again. I think I gave that a B plus, but I don't think that movie was a B plus. I think I was thinking of this movie. I think that movie was more like a C. I can stretch it to a C plus. This movie though was a B plus, and I mean it. I mean it this time. This movie was actually a B plus. I wanted to give it an A, like really bad, but some of the continuity issues, like the tonal issues, and by the time the climax came, you were just hoping the characters wouldn't die. But you wasn't hoping for a greater goal. And that's the point of a climax. They kind of missed out on that, and I hated that. I hated some of the weak ass action choreography. I wish it was better. That was enough to knock it down a few notches. But I thought that the story was really genuine, like overall. So overall, I get this a solid B. B plus. This is definitely worth your time. Definitely worth whatever spare changes in your pocket. Check this one out, man. And that's my review of Shazam. And I might be a little inebriated.